Hi, my name is David Owens, and I'm an automotive student at BYU, Idaho. I'm here today to explain a little bit more about oil. I'm going to explain to you what oil viscosity is and how it affects engine performance. You know, a lot of times we look at different types of oil and we don't really know what they're for or what matters. And today I'm going to explain that a little bit more. So, as you all know, at different parts stores and different places, there are many different types of oil, and they have these numbers on them. What they refer to is the viscosity of the oil. The word viscosity, it sounds complicated, but the most basic term is that it is how easy the fluid can flow. So this is a 1030, and as you can see, it pours fairly easy at room temperature. Alright, so like I said before, oils have different ratings. On this one, it's a 530, and the first number and letter on any oil refers to its winter rating, a cold temperature. API, the American Petroleum Institute, they test oils for viscosity at 32 degrees or freezing. And that's the 5 is what viscosity acts like at freezing temperatures. Newer oils like these have a multi-weight, so it has two viscosities at different temperatures. In the past, it was just a single weight, so oil would be a straight 30 weight or a straight 5 weight, and they weren't able to have the benefits of having multiple viscosities. Since the American Petroleum Institute tests at freezing with the different grades of oil, I thought it would be fitting to do a little bit more of an extreme test to show how viscosity really affects oil, and when it gets down below freezing temperatures, what's really going on inside your engine. Alright, so now that I've got all this oil chilled, I've chilled it down to negative 30 degrees Celsius, and I've put 250 milliliters of oil in each beaker, and it's the same brand but different viscosities to show you how viscosity really affects the engine in cold weather. Alright, let's do this. So as you can see, the 530 is really pouring out quickly, whereas the 2050, it's taking a lot longer for it to move. As well, you can almost see how thick it's dropping out the 2050 is. Alright, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this with the video or not, but you can actually see a waxy film with this oil. And what that is oil is paraffin based. And when it's cooled down extremely, the waxes inside the oil actually start to build, start to bond together. Since when it's warm, they act as a lubricant. But once they get cold, it becomes a solid. And you can definitely see it down here and where I'm catching this oil. You can see where the wax has actually become solid. Alright, so now I'm doing a pour test of all the same viscosity but different brands. So from left to right, I have Castrol, then Pennzoil, then Valvoline Semi-Synthetic, then Mobil 1, then Amsoil Extended Life. Alright, let's see how they do. So as you can see, this one's actually clumping out. It's coming out in chunks. It's not a liquid at all. Whereas the Amsoil and Mobil 1, they're still a liquid. They're not as fluid as they used to be, but they're still a liquid. And the semi-synthetic, you can see that it's kind of in between. It's not a solid like the conventional oils, but at the same time, it's definitely not as fluid as the full synthetic. All right, so this is a little bit of that leftover chilled oil, and I'm going to just kind of show what would be going on inside your motor. I'm going to do another little pour test just to give a little bit more of a demonstration. You see that it's very thick, that it's not a straight liquid, that it's almost like a taffy. I'm literally, wrapping my finger around this. This is extreme. This is, you wouldn't want this going on inside your engine, because your engine has to pump the oil from the base of the oil pan up into the valve train, and if this is your oil, you're not going to have protection. There's no way that you would have sufficient protection for your motor if your oil was like this. All right, so just remember, no matter what brand of oil you choose, once it gets cold enough, it will no longer be a liquid. It will become a solid. And that's not what you want inside your engine. So when you go and start your motor on a cold winter day, just remember what it's going through. If you hear ticking or if you hear any other weird noises, shut it off. Your engine's starving for oil.